Good evening and welcome to Flagler Gymnasium in St. Augustine, Florida for a presentation of Peach Belt Conference Volleyball on the PBC Sports Network. Tonight's matchup, the 2024 Conference Regular Season Finale, features the Lander University Bearcats visiting the Flagler College Saints in a battle between the two top teams in the Peach Belt Conference and two of the top teams in the entire NCAA Southeast region. Lander, which enters tonight at a 19-4 overall, and 6-1 in PBC play, has already locked up at least a share of the PBC regular season championship. Their first in program history, a win for the Bearcats tonight, and they would secure the outright title and with it the #1 seed and hosting rights for next week's PBC tournament. Flagler, however, are winners of 7 straight, sit at 12-9 overall, but 6-2 in conference play, and has its sights set on a victory tonight that would mean a share of the regular season crown. What's more, Flagler's sweep or 4-set win would wrestle the #1 seed away from Lander based on the conference's tiebreak policy and mean that the PBC tournament would take place next week right here in St. Augustine. Those are the conference implications tonight, but there's more, much more. There are PBC Player of the Year candidates on the floor tonight on both sides of the net. NCAA tournament seeding could shift based on tonight's outcome. And we'll talk about all those things as we bring you tonight's action. But in the meantime, we invite you to sit back and enjoy some outstanding volleyball from Flagler Gymnasium. Starters being announced right now. We'll give you the starters really quick. First for the visiting Lander University Bearcats, coached by fourth-year head coach Jeff Reynolds. The libero is number 2, Emmy Cheek. She is a freshman, 5'6", out of West Jefferson, North Carolina. Number 4, Blondie Pinaflor, middle blocker, one of the best blockers, if not the best blocker, in the Peach Belt Conference, a 5'11 senior from Henderson, Nevada. Number 5, Lauren Dow, outstanding sophomore setter, 6'1" from Pickens, South Carolina. Number 6, Brianna Pelbath, a redshirt freshman, 5'11 middle blocker from Lampasas, Texas. Number 11 is Maddie Blake. She is a graduate student, outside hitter, 6 foot, from Crystal Lake, Illinois. Number 15, possible and probable player of the year in the Peach Belt Conference, Katie Miller, a 6'1 outside hitter, a junior from Sugar City, Idaho. We'll talk a lot about her tonight. And the final starter at right side, a graduate student, 6 foot, number 22, Olivia Dow, sister of the setter Lauren Dow. She is also from Pickens, South Carolina. Your starters for the Saints. Number 0, Amelia Fitzpatrick, right side, sophomore, 5'9", out of Ocala, Florida. The libero is number 1, Lexi Basler. She is a 5'4 senior out of St. Louis, Missouri, transfer from Drury University. At 1 middle blocker position, number 6, Colby Stemkowski, a 6-foot senior from Altamonte Springs, Florida. The other middle hitter, number 12, Molly Boyd, another Player of the Year candidate, 6'3 senior out of Chicago, Illinois. Number 13, Jordan Berglund, another Player of the Year candidate. She's a senior outside hitter, 5'10", from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We'll talk about a lot about Jordan and Molly tonight. The setter, another outstanding setter, possible setter of the year in the Peach Belt Conference, number 16, Claire Sheedy. She's a 6-foot junior out of Plymouth, Indiana. And the final starter for the Saints at outside hitter, number 24, Cassidy Bloom, a 5'9 junior from Naples, Florida. The Saints are coached by Skylar Lopez. He's in his 3rd year, and tonight his Saints have a chance to win a regular season conference title. About ready to get underway tonight. Again, the Saints come in the number 5 ranked team in the Southeast region. The Bearcats ranked number 3 in the latest Southeast region rankings. Great crowd on hand as we get underway. Serve from the Bearcats. Dow sets Miller to the outside, dug by Basler. Here's Berglund with the tip. Another dig by Basler. And Molly Boyd puts it down for the Saints. Saints lead 1-0. These are unquestionably the two top teams in the Peach Belt Conference. The statistics would confirm that. We'll talk about those as we go through the evening. Lander ranks number 1 in just about every statistical category as a team. As that was Olivia Dow, sister of the setter Lauren Dow, evens things up at 1, and Katie Miller back to serve for the Bearcats. Lander ranks number 1 in the Peach Belt in hitting percentage, opponent's hitting percentage, opponent assists, opponent kills, and service aces. As Boyd on the slide, dug. That was Blake. Berglund with the swing, and she'll get the kill. Jordan Berglund, who's been hot as of late. having her best year as a Saint, 3-time all-conference selection. Will make it 4 for sure next week. Berglund and Katie Miller, the two top outsides, two top attackers in the league. Katie Miller leads the conference at 4.23 kills per set. Jordan Berglund right behind her, number 2 in the conference at 3.22 kills per set. Berglund serves. Here's Dow from the right side. And now it's Cassidy Bloom, tools the block. Saints lead 3-1. Lander only allowing teams to hit 102 against them. That is tops in the Peach Belt Conference, so a very difficult team to put the ball down on. Nice serve from Berglund. A little bit of out of system. Berglund digs. Here's a set outside to Bloom, and she's blocked. That was Dow and Pinaflor. Pinaflor, who ranks first in the Peach Belt Conference in blocks per set at 1.46, 108 total blocks entering tonight's action. She is tough up at the net. She's back to serve. Lander down 2-3. Sheedy dumps and scores. Claire Sheedy, who probably has the inside track on setter of the year in the league, leads the conference at 9.4 assists per set. Lauren Dow for the Bearcats right behind her, number 2 in the league at 8.86. So a matchup of two of the top teams and some of the best players in the league. And that was Pelbath from the middle. Bearcats stay tight. It's 4-3 Flagler. Top serving team in the conference are the Bearcats. Lead the way at over 2 aces per set. So imperative for the Saints to receive, serve well, stay in system, and try to have all options available for Claire Sheedy at the net. Nice set by Sheedy, but again, Cassidy Bloom turned back. This time that was Lauren Dow, and we're even at 4. Lander very long across the board. It'll be a big challenge for the Saints. Here's Stemkowski on the slide, and she finds space just inside the end line. Saints lead 5-4. Stemkowski, the senior transfer from St. Leo. Been an outstanding addition to this team. She came on board last year, provided a lot of leadership for this group as Claire Sheedy's serve goes wide. Saints will have to serve aggressive. That might mean a few more service errors, but what Coach Skylar Lopez hopes is that it generates a few service aces as well. Back to serve is Blake. Here's Fitzpatrick. Blocked back. And there's Stemkowski with a block of her own. Solo block from Colby Stemkowski. Saints back ahead 6-5. These two teams met back on October 12th in Greenwood, South Carolina. A 5-set thriller that did go to Lander. Flagler led 2-1 in that match as Lauren Dow puts one down. But Lander stormed back in the 4th and the 5th to take the 5-set win, and has set the stage for what's almost a winner-take-all tonight. Again, Lander already has a share of the conference championship, but the number 1 seed is up for grabs if Flagler can win in 3 or 4 sets. As the Bearcats take the lead on the service ace. That's libero Emmy Cheek. As we mentioned, Lander, the top serving team in the conference. Flagler's serve receive will have to be on point. Here's Cheek's serve. And Lander's going to be called in the net. It looked like Katie Miller might have gotten into the net. Point to the Saints. In that first matchup between the teams, again, that was back on October 12th. That was the last loss for the Saints. Since then, Flagler has won 7 straight. And it's propelled the Saints towards the top of the Peach Belt standings. There's Pinaflor with the kill. Bearcats lead 8-7. In that first matchup, Jordan Berglund had 24 kills against just 5 errors. Molly Boyd had 14 kills. Amelia Fitzpatrick with 11. Claire Sheedy had 53 assists. And Lexi Bosler with 25 digs. And that pass goes over the net. And Lander will extend its lead to 2. Katie Miller had 23 kills for the Bearcats. Olivia Dow had 13 kills. Those two combined for 36 of the 59 kills for the Bearcats. Serve from Dow. Another overpass. It looks like Lander, however, in the net. Pinaflor got the net with her attack, and so the point to the Saints. Amelia Fitzpatrick serves for the Saints. Down 8-9, first set. Miller on the outside. Cassidy Bloom is there. Opportunity for Flagler. Berglund's ball dug up over by Pinaflor. And they're going to call Molly Boyd in the net. So back-to-back net violations. And Lander serves up 10-8. Great crowd in here tonight. A lot of Flagler student athletes in the stands. Nice loud environment. Boyd on the slide, just long. And Lander leads. I'm sorry, a touch is called. A touch is called, so Flagler will get the point. Kill to Molly Boyd. Have a discussion with the R1. So we mentioned these are two of the top-ranked teams in the region. Wingate currently sits atop the Southeast Region rankings. Augusta of the Peach Belt Conference sits number 2. Augusta just fell to Lander on Wednesday. That might change things with the next rankings. Lander number 3, Lenore Ryan out of the South Atlantic Conference number 4, Flagler number 5, USC Aiken out of the Peach Belt number 6. Those are your top 6 teams. So the Peach Belt Conference with 4 ranked in the top 6. Definitely the strongest league in the Southeast region. Figures to have 4 teams in the NCAA tournament field. Bloom's attack, dug by Cheek. Olivia Dow, dug by Fitzpatrick. Out of the back row, it's Berglund, and she finds space, puts it down. The Saints have tied it at 10. An added element to the Flagler offense this year. Consistently, Jordan Berglund out of the back row, difficult to defend. And she has been on fire as of late. Again, her best year as a Saint. This her final senior year. Dump attempt. Berglund will play it over. Here's Blake, and she tools the block and records the kill. I mentioned Lander defeated Augusta at home on Wednesday, so a quick turnaround for the Bearcats. Beat the Jaguars in straight sets. Another overpass, and that's terminated by Brianna Pelbath. And Pinaflor with the ace. Lander now leads by 3, 13-10. Ball fell right between Cassidy Bloom and Lexi Bosler. Pinaflor serve into the net. And the Saints will now go back to serve. It'll be Molly Boyd. Boyd in her senior season out of Chicago, Illinois, really coming to her own. The best middle in the league, and her serve runs up on Miller. It's an ace for Molly Boyd. That's been another thing for the Saints. Another weapon has been Molly Boyd back at the service line. Molly at 6'3", really developed into an offensive and defensive threat. Nice dig from Berglund. Saints will just play it over. That free ball almost dropped. Here's Bloom on the outside, pushes it over. Nice dig by Blake. Dow just wide, and the Saints, a 3-0 run of their own, have tied it at 13. Nice run by Boyd at the service line. Hotly contested first set, just as we expected between the Peach Belt's top two teams. Boyd serve. Pass from Miller. Here's Blake on the outside, and she kills it. Subbing in to serve, number 13, Sophia Schneider. 5'10" sophomore out of Waterloo, Wisconsin. Berglund out of the back row this time. Too low into the net. Bearcats lead 15-13. Will be critical for the Saints to pass well, stay in system, mix it up against this tough Lander defense. There's Bloom, nice swing from Cassidy Bloom. Nice aggressive swing from Bloom. Another transfer. Native of Florida, but spent her first season at Albany. Nice serve from Claire Sheedy. It's going to be Blake. Now Bloom, roll shot, dug by Blake. And Blake finds a hole in the Flagler defense. Nice vision from Maddie Blake. That's Blake's third kill early in the first set. Fitzpatrick from the right side. Nice swing from Amelia Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick had a great outing against the Bearcats the first go around. 11 kills. And when Flagler's rolling, they are operating out of the middle and the right side. A brief pause in the action to wipe up a little bit of perspiration on the floor. Gives me a moment to talk about some other Flagler events going on. Big day, big night for Flagler Athletics. We have this match here. Flagler Volleyball playing for a share of the conference championship. We also have our men's and women's soccer teams in the Peach Belt Conference semifinals tonight, both on the road, playing neutral site games against the University of North Georgia. Both will kick off at 7:30 as an ace from Cassidy Bloom, and the Saints are even at 16. Women's soccer ranked 6th in the region, 3rd seed in the Peach Belt tournament, taking on North Georgia. Those two teams drew earlier in the season. That match taking place in Columbus, Georgia, at Columbus State. The men also kicking off at 7:30 against North Georgia from Clayton State in Morrow, Georgia. Saints looking to avenge 2 narrow losses to the Nighthawks. We'll definitely be tuning in. Good luck to the men and women. Cheek back to serve for the Bearcats. Lander leads 17-16 first set. Nice pass by Bosler. Great swing by Jordan Berglund. And that's what a great pass does out of serve receive. Claire Sheedy dots it up, and Berglund puts it down. We're tied at 17. Bosler's serve is short. The service matchup is huge tonight. In Lander, the top serving team in the league, over 2 aces per set. Saints will have to match that. Overpass, and there's Katie Miller. A tough serve. Flagler unable to corral, and Coach Lopez will take timeout. We'll take timeout as well. Lander leads set 1, 19-17. Welcome back to Flagler Gymnasium. Lander leads Flagler 19-17. Set one in a match to determine not only conference champions but also seeding in next week's Peach Belt Conference tournament. Lander has already secured at least a share of the conference title. Flagler with a win here tonight would earn a share of that crown, and Flagler with a 3 or 4 set win would secure the number 1 seed and hosting honors in next week's tournament. You know, for a team that statistically is dominated by Katie Miller in terms of offensive output, Katie Miller with 338 kills entering tonight's action. The next highest is Maddie Blake at 175. Balance across the board early for the Bearcats. As here's Amelia Fitzpatrick swing from the right side. Doug. Miller swings. Cassidy Bloom is there. Outside to Berglund. Her swing blocked. Bloom is there. Boyd from the middle. Nice defense by the Bearcats. Here's Miller again, and off the block and down for a kill. Lander leads 20-17. That's Miller's second kill. Maddie Blake with 3. Blondie Pinaflor with 3. Pelbath with 2. And there's a service ace from Lauren Dow. Lauren Dow, who leads the conference in service aces with 41 entering tonight's action, gives her team a 4-point lead. Short serve. Fitzpatrick. Flagler wanted a touch, and they get one. That is one tall, big block at the net for the Bearcats. And Amelia Fitzpatrick found a fingertip. It's a big kill for the Saints. Flagler serves 18-21. It's Fitzpatrick. Pass a little off the mark. That's set up into the ceiling. Free ball now, opportunity for the Saints. Outside to Berglund, and she's blocked. Olivia Dow and Blondie Pinaflor are there. And Skylar Lopez will take his second time out of the set. First set, Lander leads 22-18. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Flagler Gymnasium. Lander leads set one, 22-18. Really balanced attacks from both sides, and high-level volleyball being played on both sides as well. Lander hitting 300, Flagler hitting 258, not too shabby. 12 kills apiece for both sides, 3 errors for Lander, 4 for Flagler, and balance on both sides. For the Saints, Amelia Fitzpatrick and Jordan Berglund lead the way with 3 kills apiece. Molly Boyd and Cassidy Bloom with 2. For Lander, Blondie Pinaflor and Maddie Blake with 3 kills. It's Pelbath and Miller with 2 apiece. And here's Molly Boyd from the middle, and she puts the ball down. Saints now trail 3 as Jordan Berglund heads back to the service line. Berglund, the senior from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Sure to be a 4-time all-conference selection when the teams are announced next week. Her serve floats long. And the Bearcats now 2 points away from taking set 1. This was a hotly contested matchup at Lander back on October 12th. A match the Bearcats won in 5 sets. But the first 3 sets were decided by 2 points. Pinaflor's serve. Here's Bloom. She's able to record the kill. 23-20 now. The Saints need a pass. Good passes result in good offense for the Saints. Molly Boyd now back to serve. She had a run her first time back there. See if she can do it again. The serve dips low. Ball played back over. And Blake able to kill off the block. It's set point for the Bearcats. Schneider will check in to serve. Serve just long. Saints stay alive. And now it's Claire Sheedy back to serve. Sheedy, one of the top servers in the league. She ranks third in the league behind Dow and Miller from the Bearcats with 35 aces coming into the evening. Here's Sheedy. Serves Miller. Outside it's Blake. Sheedy there to dig the tip. Outside to Bloom. Dug by Cheek. And that attempt is short from Pelbath. Saints cut it to 2. Sheedy to serve again. Float serve. And played over by Lauren Dow. Smart play from the sophomore, and she ends set 1. Lander takes set 1, 25-22. We'll take a short break and be back with set 2 action from Flagler Gymnasium in St. Augustine, Florida.
How do you make history? In St. Augustine, Florida, Flagler College stands as a beacon where the lion-hearted can forge new paths. Here, your courage finds its name, and ambition finds its home. Inspired by the visionary Henry Flagler, you don't just learn, you create, innovate, and find where you truly belong. So how do you make history? It starts with you, right here. Flagler College, where history begins.
Cats take set 1, 25-22 over the Saints. Still a lot of volleyball left to be played. Very competitive first set. Great play from both sides, clean from both sides, and very even. Both teams with 14 kills in the first set, 4 errors. Both teams with 34 total attacks. Both teams hit 294. Flagler had the edge in assists, 14-11. Lander with 3 service aces as opposed to Flagler's 2. Probably the difference in that set. Flagler with 4 service errors, just 2 for Lander. Really not too much separating the teams on the scoreboard or on the stat sheet. And when you look at both teams individually, a lot of balance. So well played from both teams. Leaders first for the Saints. Amelia Fitzpatrick, Molly Boyd, Jordan Berglund, and Cassidy Bloom, all with 3 kills in that first set. Colby Stemkowski with 1, Claire Sheedy with 1. Sheedy had 12 assists. And Jordan Berglund led the team with 5 digs. For the Bearcats, it was Blondie Pinaflor, Brianna Pinaflor with 3 kills. Maddie Blake led the way with 4 kills. It was Lauren Dow, Brianna Pelbath, and Katie Miller with 2 kills apiece. Olivia Dow with 1 kill. Lauren Dow had 5 assists, and it was Maddie Blake leading the way with 4 digs. Like I mentioned, you can't get any more even than these two teams were on the stat sheet, both with 14 kills, both hit 294. Probably the difference was that service line, but as we mentioned at the beginning of tonight's broadcast, the Saints will have to serve tough to match the serving prowess of the Bearcats, who are the top serving team in the league. These are the two top teams in the league. Again, Lander coming in 6-1 in league play. Flagler 5-2. Saints would get a share of the title with a win tonight. And now, if they can win in 4 sets, would be able to grab the number 1 seed. I think either way, Skylar Lopez and his staff, his team, would just love to get a win here tonight, any way possible. A 5-setter in Greenwood, South Carolina, back on October 12th. Since that loss for the Saints, they have gone unblemished. 7 in a row they have won. Saints will serve first to open the second set. It'll be Cassidy Bloom back at the service line. Bloom, the junior out of Naples, Florida, University of Albany transfer. And she gets us underway, set 2. Set outside to Katie Miller, who tools the block. Lander leads 1-0. As Olivia Dow checks in, back to serve her sister, Lauren Dow. Sophomore setter out of Pickens, South Carolina. Her serve, nice pass from Jordan Berglund. Fitzpatrick on the swing. Ball kept alive. Olivia Dow taps it over. Bosler there. Stemkowski out of the middle, gets the kill. Saints at their best when they can run their offense through the middles, Stemkowski and Boyd. Both have been playing exceptionally well all season, but especially as of late. We're knotted up at 1. Bosler back to serve. Set outside to Miller. Bosler is there. Berglund sets it to the right side. Fitzpatrick. Miller. And her swing finds the wood. 2-1 Lander. Really, the player of the year conversation probably comes down to a few players in the league, 3 of which are on the court tonight as Miller's serve goes wide. Katie Miller definitely one of those. Leads the conference in kills. Jordan Berglund on her heels. Molly Boyd also in that conversation for player of the year. Tied at 2. Amelia Fitzpatrick back to serve. Here's Olivia Dow. Left-handed swing is down for a kill. Nice turnout tonight from the Flagler student athletes. Men's lacrosse well represented. See members of the track cross country team, tennis teams, baseball as well, golf here. An ace from Blondie Pinaflor, another middle that serves exceptionally well. Bearcats lead 4-2. Saints looking for a pass. They get one. Boyd on the slide, taps it over. Pinaflor down to dig it up. Saints with new life though. There's a swing from Boyd, and the low ceiling that Flagler Gymnasium is known for plays out in the Saints' favor this time. Saints trail 3-4. Jordan Berglund back to serve. Fourth kill from Boyd. Another service error for the Saints. Again, Saints with 4 service errors in that first set. They lost the first set by 3. You have to serve tough, and sometimes when you do, it can result in errors. Schneider's serve. Nice pass from Berglund. Boyd out of the middle. That attack goes wide. Point Lander. 6-3 Bearcats. Bloom's tip. Dug up. Katie Miller out of the back row. Bosler is there. Pass goes over. However, Bloom is there. Now it's Berglund out of the back row. Her attempt is dug. but then pushed wide, and that'll be a kill for Jordan Berglund. Love watching Jordan out of the back row. What a weapon for the Saints. Something that really started last year. The Saints started working on that, and this year has been used to perfection. Boyd back to serve. Here's Blake, and she answers. Maddie Blake started out on fire. That should be her 5th kill. And came in second on the team in kills, but well back of Katie Miller. So if the Bearcats could get Maddie Blake going, that's a good sign for Jeff Reynolds and his group. Here's Bloom. Her swing is dug by Cheek. Middle attack dug up beautifully by Bosler. Free ball. Dump attempt is dug. Here's Bloom again. Lander resets. Miller is blocked. It's Claire Sheedy. Solo block from the junior. And that might be a spark for the Saints. Sheedy now back to serve. One of the best servers in the league. And an answer for the Bearcats. That's Pelbath out of the middle. And you see what a great pass out of serve receive can do for an offense. Really tough to defend that quick attack out of the middle. Cheek back to serve. And float serve is passed back over the net. Penaflor is there to put it down. And just like that, it's a 4-point edge for the Bearcats. Another float serve from Cheek. Better pass from Berglund. Right side. There's the tip from Fitzpatrick. Doug. And Miller, her swing evades the block and is down. Bearcats lead by 5. A lot of energy in Flagler Gymnasium, but Lander playing well. Nice pass from Bloom. Here's the Bearcats. Cassidy Bloom tries to push it over. Penaflor. Another kill for the Bearcats, and we'll see the Saints take a timeout. Set 2, Lander leads the match 1-0. They lead the second set 11-5. We'll be back. Back to Flagler Gymnasium. Lander leading the Saints 11-5, second set. Bearcats lead the match 1-0. Flagler needs a run here. Get back into the second set. It's Emmy Cheek back to serve for Lander. Nice pass from Berglund. Here's Stemkowski out of the middle. Again, that Lander block stands tall. Here's Katie Miller, dug by Bosler. Jordan Berglund out of the back row. That's one way to negate a block. Somehow Lander gets it back over the net, but Stemkowski is there to push it down. And the Saints side out. Big side out for Flagler. They needed it. It looks like Meredith Dixon will check in for Amelia Fitzpatrick. Flagler, which has recorded just one block. Looking for a little more height on that front row to counter Katie Miller on the outside. Bloom serve. Miller swing. And Saints unable to push over. And Miller is able to tool the block. Lander back ahead by 6. And Lander's really kicked it up a notch in the second set. 9 kills against just 1 error, hitting .500 so far. Nice serve. There's Stemkowski. Smart play by the veteran Stemkowski. Saw the block there, pushed it off of the left arm of Pinaflor, and it's down for a kill. The experience of Colby Stemkowski comes into play there. And it's Lexi Bosler serving for the Saints. Here's Katie Miller, who swoops in for a kill. 13-7 Lander. Katie Miller started to pick it up after just 2 kills in that first set. She has 5 in the second set, 7 overall. Molly Boyd out of the middle. Beautiful play from the Saints. All started with a great pass out of serve receive. Claire Sheedy hits Molly Boyd in stride, and Boyd puts it down. It's where serve receive is so important for the Saints tonight against a tough serving team. Here's Fitzpatrick back to serve for the Saints. Olivia Dow, dug by Bosler. Outside Berglund. And a kill for the Saints. Maybe this is where Flagler goes on a run. Saints trail 13-9. Pinaflor blocked by Boyd. Solo block for Molly Boyd. And the Saints have cut the deficit to 3. Beautiful block of Blondie Pinaflor. And Fitzpatrick on a bit of a run. Outside to Blake. And Cassidy Bloom just couldn't get there. And Lander stops the run. Pinaflor back to serve. A strong server as a middle. Nice pass from Bloom. Here's Berglund. And we've got a touch called. Point Saints. Lander is tall up there at the net. So a few of these balls that look to have been deep have been touched by the Bearcats. Berglund serving. Nice serve. Out of the back row, Katie Miller, miss hit. Saints will take it. Saints trail by 2, slowly chipping away at this lead that was once 6. And another service error for the Saints. That's the Saints' 6th service error. It's really been the difference so far. Flagler had 4 in the first set, just 2 in the second. But every point so big when you're playing a great opponent like the Bearcats. The dump is dug by Schneider. And that attack goes long, no touch. Saints trim it back to 2. Molly Boyd back to serve. Boyd already with a service ace to her credit today. Outside to Maddie Blake. Molly Boyd digs it up. Cassidy Bloom tries to hit the angle and does. What a cut shot from Cassidy Bloom. Rolled it right across the net and right on the line. Big kill from Cassidy Bloom, all set up by an outstanding defensive play by Flagler's middle. Molly Boyd at 6'3", getting down and digging that attempt, setting it up for Cassidy Bloom. Here's Boyd's serve. Another ace for Molly Boyd, and the Saints are level. Saints crawl back even. It's 15 all. Bearcats want a timeout. We'll take one as well. Back to Flagler Gymnasium. The Saints have crawled out of a 6-point deficit to tie the score at 15 here in the second set. Flagler's been playing well offensively. 9 kills to just 1 error. It's just been defensively. The Flagler block, which was non-existent through the first set and some change, has come to life. The stats only show 1 solo block. Molly Boyd has that. Claire Sheedy also has one. So the Saints block not only scoring points, but also becoming a little bit more effective at the net. And it's really swung some of the momentum. 4 errors for the Bearcats in this second set. And now it's Molly Boyd back to serve. Another ace, second consecutive ace for Molly Boyd. And Flagler, which once trailed 12-6, has gone on a 10-3 run to take a 16-15 lead. Not often do you see skilled serving middles, but both teams have one. It's Molly Boyd's turn. Difficult pass, and Molly Boyd tried to get down for another dig, just out of her outstretched reach. Great effort by the 6'3 middle. And either way, a service run that now has the Saints tied at 16. It's Maddie Blake back to serve for the Bearcats. Fitzpatrick out of the back row. Just inside the line. Great swing from Amelia. Fitzpatrick, who had 11 kills in Greenwood. Off to a pretty good start tonight. That's her 4th kill. Saints lead 17-16. Here's Claire Sheedy. Katie Miller. Nice dig by Sheedy. Set outside by Berglund. Cassidy Bloom's attempt is dug. And out of the middle, that was number 6, Brianna Pelbath. So Flagler unable to take advantage of that opportunity. Still tied, though. A back and forth second set. Emmy Cheek back to serve. Fitzpatrick's roll shot. Overpass. And yeah, we're going to have 2 contacts. So Lauren Dow, who did touch it over the net, but touched it again over the net. That'll be a point to the Saints. Saints lead 18-17. Cassidy Bloom back to serve. Attack from the outside. Miller, and Bosler unable to dig it. We're tied again at 18. Gracie Fleming has come in for the Saints, number 25. Sophomore middle. Making her first appearance. As Lauren Dow serves. Sheedy sets outside. Berglund. And the touch means a point for the Saints. Saints lead 19-18. Meredith Dixon back in. Again, the Saints trying to beef up that block. Here's Bosler. Pass from Cheek. Set outside, Katie Miller. Block touch. And it's Molly Boyd who tools Katie Miller. Saints with a 2-point edge. Again, the Flagler block imposing its will in the second part of this second set. That was Dixon and Boyd that affected the attack from Katie Miller. Bosler serve floats way long. And the ball turns back over to the Bearcats. Miller now moves back row to serve. And a service ace, big ace from the Bearcats leader. We're tied at 20. Miller second in the league in aces. Comes up with a big one there. Boyd out of the middle, great set by Claire Sheedy. The pass pushed Sheedy up against the net. She stayed out of the net. Set a dime to Molly Boyd, who found a hole deep. And that was a big side out for the Saints. Amelia Fitzpatrick back to serve with the Saints up 1. Outside to Blake, blocked back. Cheek keeps it alive. This will be a free ball for the Saints. Can they put it down? Sheedy on the slide to Boyd. It's dug up in an overpass. That ball is blocked back. And what a point. Blondie Pinaflor kept it alive for the Bearcats and gets the point. Big turn of events there. Flagler looked to be poised to take a 2-point lead, but instead we're tied with Pinaflor back to serve. Nice pass from Berglund. And it's Boyd who answers. Tough to stop Molly Boyd in system. All set up by a great pass on a tough serve from Pinaflor. Berglund, perfect ball to Sheedy. And Saints back up by 1. Serve receive so important. Nice serve from Berglund. Blake's attempt is dug. Boyd again! Out of the middle. Saints lead by 2. Flagler Jim. Nice and loud. As Berglund's back to serve. Another tough pass. Outside Olivia Dow. And that ball is out. It's set point for the Saints. Timeout, Lander. We're back to Flagler Gymnasium. A little bit of an issue with the live stats. So I won't have the most up-to-date stats, but really the difference in this second set, the Flagler block has come alive, and so has the right arm of Molly Boyd. 2 points ago, she's down with having 9 kills on the night. She's at 10 now, but leads all players in that category. Flagler, 16 kills against just 1 error in this set. On fire, and it's set point now with Jordan Berglund back at the service line. Saints with an opportunity. Here's Bloom. Dug up by Miller. Outside to Blake. A nice hustle by Bosler, but a side out to the Bearcats. Schneider checks in to serve for Lander. Saints still lead 24-22. Looking to side out to take set 2 and tie the match at 1. Fans to their feet. Outside to Bloom. Her swing is down for a kill, and we're even at 1. Big kill from Cassidy Bloom. Saints take set number 2, 25-22, and we are tied at 1 set apiece. We'll be back with set 3 in about 3 minutes. Welcome back to Flagler Gymnasium. Flagler College, Lander University knotted up at 1 set apiece after the Saints took set 2, 25-22, erased a 6-point deficit. with some strong defensive play at the net and the strong right arm of middle blocker Molly Boyd, who leads all players with 10 kills. She has just one error. She's hitting .529, but probably the most impressive thing, she leads all players with 3 service aces. It was really Molly's service that was part of the difference in that second set to turn things around. And the Saints have knotted it up at 1 set apiece. Flagler, 17 kills, just 1 error in that second set, hit .500. Lander went 16-5. But Flagler's block really came to life, affecting a lot of those attacks from the Bearcats and turning the tides. Again, a Flagler win in 4 sets means that the Saints will not only share the conference championship, but also earn the #1 seed and hosting honors for next week's Peach Belt Conference tournament. So a lot on the line. That was a big set win for the Saints, who now need to win 2 of 3. Some match stats. Flagler with 31 kills, Lander 30. Lander 9 errors, Flagler just 5. Flagler hitting .394 for the night. Lander hitting .309, so high-level offensive volleyball out here, even made more impressive by the potency of the Lander defense, which came in leading the league, allowing opponents to hit just .102 on the season. So this efficiency from the Saints offensively, extremely impressive early on. As Emmy Cheek starts the third set with a service error, Saints lead 1-0. Amelia Fitzpatrick back to serve for Flagler. Set to the outside, Katie Miller's tip. Fitzpatrick there to dig it. Berglund, roll shot. Will go down as a kill. Saints lead 2-0. Boyd leading the Saints and all players with 10 kills. Jordan Berglund with 6, Cassidy Bloom with 5, Amelia Fitzpatrick with 5, Colby Stemkowski with 4. A lot of balance from the Saints early. Here's Fitzpatrick. Miller's swing. Fitzpatrick there again. Sheedy sets it outside to Berglund. Off the block and down. Saints lead 3-0. The momentum has carried into the third set for the Saints. Flagler Gymnasium continues to fill up with Flagler student athletes. What a turnout from every team that's on campus. Here's Fitzpatrick, and there's an ace. The Saints serving Katie Miller exclusively. And off to a 4-0 run to start. Pinaflor out of the middle. Nice swing from Blondie Pinaflor, the senior from Henderson, Nevada. And that scores the first point of the set for the Bearcats. Katie Miller back to serve. Bosler's pass. Sheedy outside to Berglund. That ball is really a defensive dig from Lauren Dow that ends up coming back over the net and falls in for a kill. Just one of those odd plays that sometimes goes in your favor. And Landers cut the deficit in half. Here's Miller's serve, floats long. Saints lead 5-2, Jordan Berglund to the service line. Berglund with 8 kills. Here's Pinaflor, and that ball didn't get over the net. Molly Boyd's big block was there, and that's the emergence of Flagler's defense. The block really found its footing midway through that second set, turned the tide a bit. Saints lead 6-2. Outside, it's Blake. She finds space around the block and down for a kill. Blake's had a nice night. 8 kills, just 1 error for Maddie Blake, the graduate student out of Illinois from Gannon University, a transfer. Pinaflor serve. Nice reception from Bosler, and the dump. Cheeky little dump there from Claire Sheedy. Point to the Saints. Sheedy, who has the inside track on setter of the year. Nice play, mixing it up for the Saints, and it's Molly Boyd back to the service line. Another tough serve from Boyd. Here's the tip from Blake. Berglund from the back row, another kill. Excellent volleyball from the Saints. Started with a tough serve from Molly Boyd. Saints execute and now lead by 5. Another great swing from Berglund from the back row. Another tough dipping serve from Boyd. Here's Olivia Dow from the right side, and the lefty scores for the Bearcats. 8-4 Saints. Sophia Schneider in to serve for the Bearcats. Sheedy gets it out wide to Bloom. Katie Miller digs. Here's Blake. Berglund again out of the back row, and there's just no answer for that. What a weapon for the Saints. Candidly, my favorite thing to watch with Flagler Volleyball. That back row attack from Jordan Berglund, and it's on fire tonight. Sheedy back to serve for the Saints. Nice serve. The dump attempt dug by Fitzpatrick. Here's Cassidy Bloom from the outside. And that ball falls. Lander defensively a little bit out of sorts. And Jeff Reynolds will get a timeout. Early third set. Saints lead by 6, 10-4. We'll be back in 1 minute. Saints lead 10-4, third set. Match knotted up at 1. Conference championship on the line tonight. Lander already with a share of the title. The Saints looking to grab their share of it as well with a win here. Long way to go, but Flagler riding that great close to the second set, carrying that momentum into the third so far as Claire Sheedy serves up 10-4. Tough pass again, out of system for the Bearcats. See if the Saints can convert. Stemkowski unable to get a full swing on it. And there's a big side out for the Bearcats as Brianna Pelbath answers. And it's 10-5 Saints. It's Maddie Blake back to serve. That means Katie Miller has rotated front row. Float serve, easily dealt with. Cassidy Bloom dug, but back over the net. Saints will reset. Here's Amelia Fitzpatrick from the right side. Another nice dig. Katie Miller. Ball was blocked in the air, but the Saints unable to dig it up. That'll be another kill for Miller. Should be her 10th on the night. Then we have the two top outsides in the league in Katie Miller and Jordan Berglund on the floor tonight. Both with 10 kills for their teams, and both with 2 errors, as a service ace has cut the Saints' lead to 3. It's Blake back to serve. Free ball over for the Bearcats. Here's Katie Miller, puts one down. And just like that, it's 10-8. We mentioned at the outset, top serving team in the league is Lander. And two tough serves back-to-back. Generated some great opportunities for the Bearcats. Another tough serve, nice and deep. Gracie Fleming just has to lift it over. Katie Miller, tough set there. Saints with another opportunity. It's Fitzpatrick. Nice shot from Amelia Fitzpatrick. Found the hole in the Lander defense. Jeff Reynolds wants a lift there on Gracie Fleming. Not going to get the call now. Really awkward series of plays. A few difficult sets on both sides of the net. As Meredith Dixon checks in. And trying to bolster that Flagler block with Fleming and Dixon up front. Cassidy Bloom serve. Saints lead 11-8. Out of the back row, it's going to be Blake. Dixon digs. Bloom. Back to the Bearcats. Ball blocked back. Outside to Miller. Dug up by Cassidy Bloom, but nobody was there to get the second ball. That second ball does belong to the setter. Claire Sheedy was in a difficult position trying to get to that ball. And she and Bosler just did not communicate. Ball falls. The lead is 2. Here's Cheek. Nice pass by Bloom. Outside to Berglund. Ball's blocked back. It's still alive. Has to go over the net. It does. Lander with an opportunity. It's Miller off the block and down. 6-1 run for the Bearcats. They're within one. Wouldn't expect anything less. Nice serve, overpass, and Miller's there. And so Katie Miller, after the slow start, has picked things up. That's her 14th kill. And we're midway through the third set. How about this high-level volleyball? 10 kills, 1 error for the Bearcats, 7 kills, no errors for the Saints in this set. Tight set to Berglund. Berglund able to keep it alive. Dixon outside, and her attack goes wide. And now the Bearcats, who trailed 10-4, now lead 12-11. Amelia Fitzpatrick will check back in for Dixon. Cheek serve. And again, another tough serve. Results in a difficult pass. And the Saints unable to connect at the net. Fleming and Sheedy not on the same page there. And now Lander leads by 2. Cheek serve. Nice pass from Bosler. There's Fleming, but she's turned back by Katie Miller. Lopez will take a timeout for his Saints. Lander leads 14-11. We'll be back in 1 minute. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We'll continue to call the action for you. Lander serving up 14-11. It's Emmy Cheek. Attack from Amelia Fitzpatrick from the right side. Dug up by the Bearcats. Katie Miller swing from the outside. That'll be a kill. So the Bearcats in the midst of an 11-1 run have turned a 6-point deficit into a 4-point lead. Berglund, nice pass. There's Stemkowski out of the middle, dug up by Cheek. Here's Blake from the back row, dug up by Sheedy. To the right side, Fitzpatrick swing. Another dig by Cheek. Outside, Katie Miller swings. Cassidy Bloom digs it. Stemkowski sets it for Berglund. That ball is dug. Outside to Miller again, and we're going to have a touch. The ball sailed long, but it was touched. And still a run for the Bearcats, 16-11 now. Saints unable to get out of this rotation. Float serve. Berglund out of the outside, and she stops the run. Side out to the Saints. Desperately needed to stop that run. And the Saints trail by 4. Lexi Bosler to serve. Pinaflor from the middle. That was a nice decision by Lauren Dow. Had been feeding Katie Miller rather exclusively to the outside. Saints cheated that way. Left Pinaflor wide open in the middle. So a side out back to the Bearcats. They lead 17-12. Lauren Dow serving. Nice pass from Bosler, and Molly Boyd in the middle. So the middles trade kills. Saints trail by 4. Another perfect pass from Lexi Bosler. And now it's Fitzpatrick back to serve for the Saints. Tight pass. Fitzpatrick is there. Boyd, dug by Blake. To the right side, it's Olivia Dow. And nobody was there to get the second ball. Kill to the Bearcats. Katie Miller to serve for the Bearcats. Lander up 18-13. That ball sails wide. Service error. Ball back to the Saints. Jordan Berglund to serve. Saints need a run. Here's Berglund serve. Pinaflor unable to connect with her setter. Sheedy sets it out to Bloom. Dug by Katie Miller. Ball played over by Blake. Sheedy to Boyd. And that ball's wide. Good opportunity for the Saints there. Boyd unable to capitalize, and now Blondie Pinaflor back to serve for the Bearcats. Saints need a side out. Trail by 5. Pinaflor serve goes long. So a couple of service errors from some good servers by the Bearcats. And now the Saints look to take advantage. Molly Boyd back to the service line. 3 aces to her name already today. Boyd serve, dips. Tough pass, out of system swing from Blake. Dug by Fitzpatrick. And that swing goes long from Stemkowski. Side out to the Bearcats. Lander first to 20. Lead by 5. Sophia Schneider in to serve. Nice pass from Cassidy Bloom. Back row attack from Berglund, and another kill. Lander unable to find an answer to that tonight. Jordan Berglund out of the back row. And now Claire Sheedy back to serve. Statistically third best server in the league. Nice pass from Miller. Blake swing, blocked back. Lander retains possession. And that time Blake off of the block. Finds the floor. Bearcats retain their 5-point lead. Blake back to serve. Swing from the right side from Fitzpatrick, dug by Schneider. Pelbass attempt is dug. Roll shot from Bloom. Back row attack from Blake. Can the Saints put one down? Bloom from the outside. Tip dug by Schneider. Outside to Katie Miller. And a kill. 22-16. Gracie Fleming checks back in for Stemkowski. Katie Miller now with 17 kills. Blake serve, tough serve, kept alive by Cassidy Bloom. Passed over by Berglund. The dump attempt, dug by Sheedy. Amelia Fitzpatrick. Katie Miller, awkward swing. Ball passed over and terminated by Brianna Pelbath. Timeout Flagler. Saints trail by 7, 23-16. Saints trail third set, 23-16. Lander, which trailed early in this third set, 10-4. Outscored the Saints 19-6 since. Lander won the first set, Flagler the second. Flagler needs a run, and they need it right now. Incredible offensive volleyball being played by both teams. Flagler hitting 344, Lander hitting 356. As Maddie Blake serves. Nice pass from Bosler. Jordan Berglund again out of the back row. Berglund now with 13 kills, just 2 errors, hitting 500. Jordan Berglund and Katie Miller performing at a high level tonight. Cassidy Bloom back to serve. Saints trail by 6. Set outside to Miller. Dug by Bloom, but it's going to fall out of play. And so now set point for the Bearcats. Emmy Cheek back to serve. Nice pass from Bloom. Gracie Fleming from the middle. Fleming floats in and slams one home. 24-18 now with Lexi Bosler back to serve. Bosler's float serve. Perfect pass out to Katie Miller, and she puts one down. Bearcats take set number 3, 25-18. They lead the match 2-1. We'll take a break with the teams and be back with the 4th set of action.
tied with them. If we got more points than them, do we get the number 1 seed, or is it the next team?
It goes to the next team, so it goes
So
back
it's
against
even.
Asia, so they get it. Yeah.
So it's already, that's done. I thought it was points. I thought it was the points.
No, I wish, but
Welcome back to Flagler Gymnasium. Lander leads the Saints 2-1. With that set win, Lander has secured the number 1 seed and host responsibilities for the PBC tournament next week, but there is still a ton to play for the Saints. If the Saints can pull out a 5-set win tonight, they would share the conference regular season championship and secure a huge win over the number 3 ranked team in the Southeast region. Flagler comes into tonight ranked number 5 in the Southeast region. All but secured a spot in the NCAA tournament. But plenty of volleyball to play before we get there. Jordan Berglund will start things off for the Saints in set 4. Pinaflor out of the middle, blocked back. This will be Blake from the back row, dug by Fitzpatrick. Berglund out of the back row, and that one sails long. Talk about incredible offensive volleyball being played tonight. Both teams hitting well over 300. Flagler hitting 343, Lander 362. Really neither team able to stop the other. As Flagler's going to be in the net. That was Claire Sheedy that time. So Lander quickly off to a 2-0 start. Lander, the top defensive team in the Peach Belt, only allowing teams to hit 102 against them coming into tonight. Flagler has solved that mystery, but not that time. Blocked by Pinaflor. Saints trail 3-0. Laurendale serving. Gracie Fleming off the block and down for a kill. Nice job by Gracie as Bosler heads back to serve. Olivia Dow, dug by Fitzpatrick, to the outside. Cassidy Bloom, ball blocked back, over to the Bearcats. Here's Katie Miller from the outside. Nice dig by Bosler. Bloom's attempt. Dug. Miller again. Bosler there, out of the net. Saints unable to pull it out of the net. And it's another kill for Katie Miller. Katie Miller now with 21 kills. Kill was credited to Pinaflor. Should have been Katie Miller's. So Katie Miller stands at 20 kills. Tipped over by Bloom. Awkward set. Olivia Dow pushes it over. Boyd is blocked back. Outside Cassidy Bloom. Cheek digs. Here's Blake swing. Is in. 5-1 Bearcats. Katie Miller back to serve. Float serve. Pass from Berglund. And Molly Boyd out of the middle. Indefensible that time from Molly Boyd. Boyd now with 13 kills. Tied for the team lead with Jordan Berglund. Katie Miller leads all players with 20 kills. Set to the right side, Olivia Dow. Dug by Jordan Berglund. Amelia Fitzpatrick from the right side off the block. Nice job by Fitzpatrick. Saints within 2. Claire Sheedy back to serve. Nice pass from Blake. She steps in to swing. Dug by Sheedy. Bosler sets Bloom. Roll shot. Dug by Cheek. Outside to Blake. Her roll shot is down. Nice shot from Maddie Blake. That's her 11th kill. The offensive numbers just popping off of the stat sheet for both teams. 53 kills, just 11 errors for the Bearcats. 46 kills, just 10 errors for the Saints. But the service line kind to Pinaflor that time, an ace for Blondie Pinaflor. Her third ace of the night. Lander leads 7-3. Service error that time. Side out to the Saints. Cassidy Bloom back to serve. Bloom serve off the tape. Set out to the right side, Olivia Dow. Dug by Sheedy. Set to the right side, Fitzpatrick. Olivia Dow digs. Maddie Blake swing. Into the rafters. Nice job adjusting by Sheedy. Dug by Katie Miller. Ball pushed to the back corner. Bloom is there. Boyd swing. Once, twice, dug. Blake, long rally. Can Flagler put it down? Berglund's tip. It's dug. And the dump finds the floor. Dumped by Lauren Dow. The Bearcats have doubled up the Saints, 8-4. Saints need to find the mojo again. Schneider's serve. Off the tape and down for an ace. Eighth ace of the match for the Bearcats. Just 5 for the Saints. This serve is short. So Flagler stays within striking distance, down 9-5. Molly Boyd to the service line now. Molly with 3 aces. Pelbath, dug by Sheedy. Fitzpatrick, nice set, out to Berglund. Dug by Schneider. Pelbath again, and this time she converts. Pelbath has put together a solid match, 6 kills for her. Bearcats lead 10-5. Fitzpatrick's ball, dug. Saints with another opportunity. Fleming has her attempt dug. Bosler now. Sets Berglund. Bearcats there again. Tip dug by Berglund, but the ball sails out. Timeout Saints. Saints trail 11-5. We'll be back in 1 minute. Back to St. Augustine out of the timeout. Saints trail fourth set, 11-5 to the Bearcats. Lander leads the match 2-1. Lander looking to lock up and secure a conference championship all to their own. Flagler looking for a share with a win tonight. As Maddie Blake's serve by the timeout finds the net. Side out to Flagler. Flagler needs something to spark some energy. Saints led 10-4 early in the third set. Lander closed with a fury to take the third set. Flagler has yet to recover. Still with time though. Nice dump by Lauren Dow. Side out to the Bearcats. Emmy Cheek back to serve for Lander. Another ace for the Bearcats. That's their 9th. They came in averaging over 2 per set. They are right on their average. Quick pause to wipe up some sweat. We'll do a quick check-in on the Flagler men's and women's soccer matches. Should be kicking off right about now. In the Peach Belt semifinals, nice effort by Bosler. Ball passed over. That ball passed over as well. Joust at the net, comes back to Lander, and a huge block. Gracie Fleming. That's why she's in there. Tremendous athlete is Gracie Fleming, and that time she secures the block on Katie Miller. Maybe that's the spark. We'll see. Jordan Berglund back to serve. Set outside to Miller. And that attack goes long, but a touch is called. So Miller gets the kill. Lander leads by 7. The serve from Dow. Dump attempt by Sheedy. Ball passed over, and Sheedy swings and puts a ball down. Saints need a run soon. They trail 14-8. Still plenty of time. Bosler serve, tough serve. Swing from Miller. Kill from Miller. 23rd on the night. 15-8 Bearcats. Katie Miller back to the service line. Here's Cassidy Bloom from the outside, dug by Miller. Olivia Dow from the right side. Kept alive by the Saints. Berglund rolls it over. Pinaflor from the middle. Nice dig from Berglund. Sheedy tries to dump. There's Molly Boyd from the middle. Ball sails wide. 16-8 Lander. The Bearcats 10 kills, 1 error in the fourth. Flagler 4-3. The defense stiffening up for the Bearcats. Case in point right there. Molly Boyd blocked by the combination of Blondie Pinaflor and Maddie Blake. Another timeout for Coach Lopez. Saints trail 17-8, fourth set. We're back at Flagler Gymnasium, fourth set. Lander leads Flagler 17-8. Lander looking to close out the Saints here in the season finale. As Katie Miller back to serve off the tape. Jordan Berglund from the back row. Wanted a touch, won't get it. And it's now a 10-point advantage for the Bearcats. Miller's serve drops. 19-8 Lander. And what a turnaround from that 10-4 third set deficit. Lander has kicked it up a notch in all phases. Float serve. Molly Boyd on the slide. Dug by Cheek. An out-of-system swing. Fitzpatrick out to Bloom, and there's a kill for Cassidy Bloom. Bloom now with 7 kills on the night. Saints needed that side out and now have to make a run. Down 19-9. Claire Sheedy back to serve. Boy, Lander, his serve receive has just been exceptional here late. Pinaflor blocked by Boyd. Nice solo block by Molly Boyd. Saints trail by 9. See if Sheedy can put some pressure on this Lander attack. Nice deep serve. Nice pass by Katie Miller. To the right side, Olivia Dow. Doug. Boyd tries to tip, and it floats long. Wide, rather. And now Lander hits the 20-point mark with a 10-point advantage. Can the Saints make one more push? Pinaflor's serve is out. Cassidy Bloom will serve for the Saints. Can we chip away? Lander in system. Ball passed back over. Oh, wow. What a play from Brianna Pelbath. Right-handed player. Ball was set to her left shoulder. She was able to adjust in midair and put the ball down with her left hand. Sophia Schneider to serve. Lander leads 21-11. Berglund swings. Ball dug. Pelbath, this time she's blocked. Berglund and Boyd were there. Gracie Fleming checks back in. Saints need to push. Boyd serve dips. Passed by Schneider. Katie Miller from the back row. That was a big play because that was a tough serve from Molly Boyd. What a pass by Sophia Schneider. Lander serve receive has just been exceptional. Maddie Blake back to serve. Overpass is killed. And now the Bearcats 2 points away from securing an outright regular season conference championship. Fitzpatrick from the right side is blocked. And the Lander defense, the Lander block, which we talked about at the outset, that was really non-existent through the first 3 sets, has come alive in the fourth. Flagler 5 kills, 6 errors, hitting negative in the fourth set. Match point. Lander, Miller. Ball dug back over. They'll recycle. Lauren Dow, blocked back. Katie Miller. And that ball called out by the R1. So Lander had run on the floor to celebrate. We'll have to wait at least a few more points. Flagler still alive. 24-13. Fitzpatrick serving. Katie Miller. Dug by Bloom, but that ball hits the ceiling on the other side of the net. And Lander has won an outright PBC regular season championship. Lander takes down the Saints in 4 sets, 25-13 in the fourth. Flagler, outstanding effort tonight. They will be the number 2 seed in next week's PBC tournament, which will take place in Greenwood, South Carolina on the campus of Lander University. Flagler will play in the semifinals against USC Aiken, I believe, on Friday evening. Be sure to check FlaglerAthletics.com for details on the PBC tournament. Again, after turning this one off, flip over and watch the Flagler men's and women's soccer teams. They are in action right now in the Peach Belt semifinals. The men in Clayton State taking on North Georgia. The women in Columbus, Georgia taking on North Georgia as well. Thanks for joining us tonight. Flagler falls in 4 sets to Lander, but the Saints will be back in action next week in the PBC tournament.